DICE revealed key changes coming to Battlefield 2042. Modern Warfare 2's release date was announced, Halo Infinite might be in trouble, and much more on This Week in Gaming. DICE published a developer update video this week. Significant map changes are promised for Kaleidoscope and Renewal. This involves complete overhauls to their layouts and playable areas, plus the addition of new cover and assets to make the maps more believable. The updated version of Kaleidoscope will launch towards the end of Season 1 in August, with Renewal's rework debuting in Season 2. And before we get to the rest of the story, here is a quick word from today's sponsor. I'm pretty busy these days, and between family and work I'll end up with little pockets of free time, which I often spend playing games on my phone or iPad. And as a fan of shooter games and team-based modes, it can be tough to find something that does that well on a mobile device. But the good news is today's video is brought to you by Catalyst Black, the new battleground shooter from Super Evil Megacorp. It just launched a few days ago, and it's pretty much exactly what I look for in a mobile game. It's a team-oriented third-person shooter that blends elements of MOBA and hero-based shooter genres together without demanding tons of my time to have fun. Catalyst Black features drop-in, drop-out parties, so I can queue up for in-progress matches and not have to stress about doing well or even feel bad if I need to bail from a match. That said, matches are pretty quick, so having even a little time is enough to blast through several rounds. The combat should feel familiar to MOBA or hero shooter fans. You have a primary and a secondary gun that can be anything from assault rifles to rocket launchers. You also have active, passive, and ultimate abilities that add a ton of variety and skill to every match. I've been playing a lot of Slayer, which is Catalyst Black's team deathmatch mode. The Hydra mode is more of an objective-oriented experience with limited tickets and bosses that you have to beat to help turn the tide of a match in your favor. And if you're more of a PTFO sort of player, this mode is definitely for you. Catalyst Black also features controller support, which is great for playing games on my phone when, say, the kids are using my iPad. And if you're interested in checking out Catalyst Black, click my link below. It's available on iOS and Android devices. Thanks again to Super Evil Megacorp for sponsoring this video. Now, getting back to 2042's upcoming changes, DICE have shared their plans for 2042's game modes as well. 32-player Rush will be made a permanent mode as part of All-Out Warfare. 64-player Breakthrough will be the standard from now on, and further development on Hazard Zone has been halted. DICE notes that Hazard Zone being dropped will allow them to focus on other areas of the game. In terms of new content, Season 1 will launch next month. According to DICE, this will mark the start of a year of new content. They are committed to delivering a total of 4 seasons. DICE aims to ship new maps, specialist weapons, and gadgets throughout these seasons. Further revisions to the specialist appearance are also planned, along with a rework of the specialist system. However, details on that are still up in the air. The update video has been met with mixed opinions from fans. A DICE community manager clarified on the game's forums that the development update video confirmed only one map is coming with Season 1. Datamines had previously suggested as many as 4 maps might be added with the update. And while that could be the case for the entire year, it's just speculation until proven otherwise. Players are understandably disappointed with the news, considering past Battlefield titles has gotten several new maps by the time 2042 will get its first new map. Season 1's update notes that another developer video will be published next month. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will launch on October 28th this year. Multiple posters for the game were revealed on social media. Each showcases different members of the in-game Task Force 141. 3 editions of the game were also leaked online thanks to data mining of Warzone's latest seasonal update. There's a standard, cross-gen bundle, and Vault editions. Each edition gives players early access to the unannounced open beta. However, the Vault edition offers additional content. This includes Season 1 of the Battle Pass, several operator packs, blueprints for weapons, and extra XP boosts. The leaked information confirms that the Modern Warfare sequel will ship on the current and last generation consoles. Further details are expected to arrive on June 8th, a date hinted at in the poster reveal video. One of Halo Infinite's key developers has left 343 Industries. Jerry Hook, the head of design, is primarily credited for his work on Halo 4 and Halo 5. Hook announced his departure from the company on Twitter. It's unknown how this will affect Halo Infinite. It's very telling, however, as this is just one of many developer departures. Halo Infinite also recently lost its multiplayer lead and narrative designer. Apex Legends Mobile launched just over a week ago on May 17th and has become the most downloaded app in the last week and has earned close to $5 million through in-game transactions. Over 15 million players pre-registered for the game before launch day, and reviews are very positive. God of War Ragnarok was spotted on a Korean video game rating board. The rating page mentions the usual age restrictions and warnings. These include foul language and drug use. Unfortunately, the page doesn't share a release date for the game. However, fans speculate that more substantial news is just around the corner. Rumors online suggest a new PlayStation showcase will happen in June or July, so it's likely we could see the Ragnarok release date revealed then. Splitgate is a free-to-play FPS game developed by 1047 Games and released into early access in 2019. It has since entered its beta phase and releases content through seasonal updates. Season 2 is fast approaching and promises tons of new content. It'll offer 3 new modes, changes to the in-game map creator, and a reworked level system. The leveling system will encourage players to play for longer with the addition of pro tiers that act similar to prestige levels in Call of Duty. Badges can also be earned and pinned on your profile. Special badges will track a number of items such as kills, wins, headshots, and more. This update is scheduled to go live on June 2nd. The Lord of the Rings Gollum was first shown off at the Game Awards show last year. Very little was shared about this game at the time, and the developers at Daedalic Entertainment have been very quiet since. However, this week they announced the Lord of the Rings Gollum would release on September 1st. It'll ship on current and last-gen consoles as well as PC. However, Switch users need to wait a little longer as it won't be released on that platform until later. During a press conference, the Chinese company TCL Technology estimated that more powerful consoles from Microsoft and Sony would ship as soon as next year. They claim a new Xbox Series X and S as well as a PlayStation 5 Pro are currently in the works. This would line up with the typical timeline of console refreshes every few years. Interestingly, TCL Technology believes these new consoles could output 8K resolution at 120 FPS. Of course, announcing mid-generation refreshes while fans struggle to get the current models probably wouldn't be received well, but things are unconfirmed unless Sony and Microsoft state otherwise. According to reports, Comcast executives approached EA's CEO Andrew Wilson with an offer to merge EA and NBC Universal. Negotiations continued over several weeks before breaking down over the price of the deal. EA also discussed the possibility of acquisitions with Disney, Apple, and Amazon. Many of these reports specifically refer to EA sports titles like Madden. However, it's unclear how a deal like this would affect EA's other games like Battlefield and Apex Legends. Sony has announced 3 TV adaptations of major PlayStation franchises. Netflix will work on a Horizon project, God of War will be developed at Amazon, and an unknown platformer network has picked up the Gran Turismo series. These details were revealed during an investor briefing this week. The Amazon God of War series will join other PlayStation exclusives like Uncharted, The Last of Us, and Ghost of Tsushima, which are also getting TV shows or movies. However, there's no mention of when these projects are actually going to be produced. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl is an upcoming FPS survival horror developed by Ukrainian developer GSC Game World. In the wake of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, development on the game has ceased. However, a representative of the studio has stated on Discord that the work has resumed and that the game is still a work in progress. Apparently, numerous developers have been relocated to Prague in order to finish development. Stalker 2 originally had a December launch date, but fans assume things will be pushed back due to this delay. Before we move on to our final topic, let us know what you think of Update 4.1 for Battlefield 2042. Do you think the game is in a better state now, or are you holding off until Season 1 drops in June? Let us know in the comments below. Norman Reedus, the actor who plays Sam Bridges in Death Stranding, stated that he's currently making a follow-up game. Details on the sequel are incredibly scarce, and Kojima Productions are yet to comment on anything. Kojima himself has teased numerous projects, but nothing explicitly points towards a Death Stranding sequel. And that wraps it up for this week in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.